The top story this morning comes in from the hill state of Uttarakhand, the Uniform Civil Code. For the first time to getting implemented in the hill state. Today is a big day for Uttarakhand because it will be in the Uttarakhand State Assembly that the bill will be tabled. While Uttarakhand Cabinet has already approved a draft of the Uniform Civil Code. But remember, this is not just about Uttarakhand, and that is what makes it our big story this morning. If and when implemented in Uttarakhand, the first state after independence, will it then be followed by other, at least BJP-ruled states in the countries? And will it become the big election agenda issue ahead of Lok Sabha elections? The stage is set for at least the UCC in Uttarakhand. Chief Minister Dhami will present the bill in Assembly, and remains to be seen how will it then progress. Will it be an easy passage for the bill, or will there be opposition coming in against it? And because it is the big story, we have our colleagues on the ground, Ankit Sharma, Ashutosh Mishra for the latest on that. Ashutosh, first coming to you because reporting today from the hill state, what is the mood like? This is going to be a big day if and when the bill is then cleared and after it is tabled in the Assembly. What happens next?
Well, then immediately it will require governor's assent, and given the equation of the state and the centre,
yes,
that is very likely to be given as soon as possible. And as far as the passing of the bill is concerned, having the majority number on the floor of the house, so there is literally there is no such position that which can stall the bill further. Since it has been cleared by the cabinet, is likely to be tabled today, and once, of course, there will be discussion. But yes, there have been opposition, and the opposition, the protest is from the opposition camp, the Congress party. Two of these members who were in the Business Advisory Committee tendered their resignation from the BAC, saying that this is not the way how the bills are being brought in the House. As far as this bill, this makes so significant because just on the edge of the election, bringing UCC, it could be a test case for rest of the BJP-ruled states. And remember, Hemanta Biswa Sharma and the Gujarat, both are BJP-ruled state, Assam and Gujarat, and they have said they are keeping a very close eye on the UCC, which will be passed by the Uttarakhand. So clearly, the five-member committee headed by former Justice Ranjana Desai, the equations and the terms and conditions that have been put for the UCC, the parameters of the UCC, and also the exemption that have been given by nearly 3% of the scheduled tribe of the Uttarakhand, that will also likely to call some outrage by the other, particularly from the Muslim community, the Muslim scholars, because they have been saying if it is a uniform civil code and there is a uniformity in the civil conduct of the civilians, why should be there any exemption even for the scheduled tribe? But that has been key even when it was talked about that there should be a pan-India law. Then also there was some resistance from the northeastern community, from northeastern states, saying that we have a different ethnicity. We shouldn't, our codes shouldn't be included in the Uniform Civil Code. So clearly, what happens next in Uttarakhand?
So what you're telling us is interesting, Ashutosh. Scheduled tribe has been exempted from the Uniform Civil Code draft in Uttarakhand, but there will be a lot of references that have been used, including banning polygamy, but also possibly recognizing live-in relationship, a certain minimum age for marriage. And there are other references also that have been made in the Uniform Civil Code. One state, one law for now. Could it be replicated ahead? I request both of you, please, to stay on with me, because let's listen in. As Ashutosh is telling us about reactions that have come in. While from the BJP or the allies, there's been support, but from the opposition, they're still not convinced if UCC needs to be brought in Uttarakhand. Let's listen in to reactions.
कल इसको हम लोग विधानसभा में प्रस्तुत करेंगे। विधानसभा चुनाव से पहले उत्तराखंड की देवतुल्य जनता के सामने संकल्प रखा था कि नई सरकार के गठन होते ही हम सभी धर्मों के लिए एक समान कानून लाने के लिए काम करेंगे, समान नागरिक संहिता लाएंगे। वो समय हमारा आ गया है और हम सब गौरवान्वित हैं कि ये मौका, ये सौभाग्य उत्तराखंड को मिल रहा है, जिसके देश को लंबे समय से जिसकी आवश्यकता थी।
संविधान में जो न्यूनताएं हैं, जो कमियां हैं, उनको दूर करने की शुरुआत अगर उत्तराखंड से शुरू होती है तो इसके लिए उत्तराखंड सरकार अभिनंदनीय है। मैं धामी को प्रणाम करता हूं कि उन्होंने हिम्मत जुटाई है। उत्तराखंड में ये कानून, ये प्रस्ताव पारित हुआ, ये हुआ, दूसरे राज्यों में इसका सिलसिला चल पड़ेगा। आज उत्तर प्रदेश में हमें लागू करने में, मध्य प्रदेश में लागू करने में, छत्तीसगढ़ में लागू करने में और राजस्थान में लागू करने, जिन राज्यों में हिंदूवादी सरकारें हैं वो सभी इस कानून को लागू करेंगे और पालन करेंगे।
यूसीसी के विषय में क्या क्या उसमें कई प्रश्नों में पूरे परिवेश के बारे में, पूरी उत्तराखंड के संदर्भ में बहुत कुछ विद्वार जिक्र होगा, उल्लेख होगा। तो हम चाहते हैं कि विस्तृत चर्चा होनी चाहिए। विमर्श तभी होगा जब उसका अध्ययन के लिए पर्याप्त समय होगा।
So let me bring in my colleague Ankit Sharma from Dehradun on this. Ankit, at this point with the 70-member assembly in Uttarakhand, 47 is with the BJP. They have clearly more than the majority strength. It should be an easy passage. But nevertheless, tell us about how this journey has been for the Uniform Civil Code. What is the messaging that the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Uttarakhand government is sending out via becoming literally the first state in the country after independence to be implementing the UCC? And do you see this an easy passage? Do you see this not without much of an opposition coming in?
Good morning, Pooja. Going back to the history, looking at the background of the UCC, let me go back to the history in 1960s when there was a Bharatiya Janasangh, and during their annual meeting they had resolute that they will bring UCC law whenever they come to power. And few years later, two decades later, in 1985, when Shah Banu case was announced by the Supreme Court, in the same year, BJP had held a meeting and they resolute that they will also bring the Uniform Civil Code. And since PM Narendra Modi had become the first Chief Minister in Gujarat, he had been focusing on UCC, and even after becoming the PM in 2014, he has been talking about UCC, and BJP has been bringing in the UCC form. Now in 2022, before the general elections of Uttarakhand Vidhan Sabha, CM Pushkar Singh Dhami had said that we will bring the UCC, and 2 years on, 4 terms were extended. Draft committee, which was having experts like Justice Ranjana Desai, former Supreme Court judge, and High Court retired judge as well. They detailed the UCC draft, took in some suggestions, went to corners of Uttarakhand, whether it's the remote area, starting from Mana village, which is the first village of Uttarakhand, and then after the UCC draft was finally formed. So now it is going ahead, and just few hours after, CM Pushkar Singh Dhami will table the bill in Uttarakhand Legislative Assembly. It is going to, the second day session is going to start at 11 a.m. and history will be created if once implemented. BJP has 47 seats. Correct. It's pretty much strong in the State Assembly, so it's going to be a smooth passage.
Ankit and Ashutosh will be tracking all the latest on that. Just a matter of few more hours. Remember, both for the Bharatiya Janata Party, ideologically, politically, and for the Dhami government in Uttarakhand, this is going to be the first ever time that UCC gets implemented. But there has been opposition, there has been a debate around UCC. Uttarakhand becomes the first state. Will other BJP-ruled states follow, and when? Before or after elections, that remains to be seen. We'll be tracking that big news coming in from the hill state of Uttarakhand.